Hi everyone, welcome to Therapy. Thanks for being here. Today I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't want to hear, but when I learned this and when I try this with clients and all the research I read has shown that when we do this, we can kind of change our lives and feel a lot better. And that thing that I'm going to ask you to consider doing is feeling your bad feelings. We call them bad because we don't really want to feel them, but they're not actually bad because they are what make us human. So I tend to divide feelings into 5 categories: mad, sad, glad, afraid, ashamed. So obviously we like the glad part, so we don't need to work on that so much usually. But the mad, sad, afraid, and ashamed parts are feelings that we just don't like to feel. And when I say those feelings, they are on a continuum, right? So for instance, mad can be just a tiny bit irritated all the way up to, rage, blind rage, right? The same with sadness. It can be just a little, kind of a lower feeling, melancholy feeling, all the way up to almost, kind of suicidal depression that is very difficult to crawl out of. So when I say these main categories of feelings, I'm trying to encompass these continuums. The reason that I'm going to talk about these feelings is because when we do the normal thing that we do with feelings, which is either shove them down or we judge them, or take them too seriously and feed them, right? So actually there are a lot of things we can do with feelings that can make us feel worse. So the shoving down of feelings, oftentimes clients will say, gosh, I just feel numb all the time, or I never feel this particular feeling or any feelings. Some people tell me they feel sad all the time. And so these are problematic, obviously, because when we shove down our feelings and refuse to feel our feelings, they come up in some other way that we don't have control over. So we might just start crying uncontrollably and we don't know why or where those tears came from. We may just lose it, with children, with a friend, with our lover, and it wasn't really brought on by anything that we can later point to as all that serious, but because we weren't attending to and respecting our main human feelings, they can come up and really cause us a lot of problems. So if you're willing to, maybe even right now, you'll conjure up a feeling that has been sort of present for you, but that you may be avoiding, that you may be judging and say you shouldn't feel, and see if you can just allow yourself right now to experience that uncomfortable feeling. Is there some sadness there that hasn't gotten any attention? Some anger there about something? Let's not pick something that's overwhelming and huge for this experiment. Let's choose something a little bit smaller and more manageable. Is there a little bit of worry, anxiety there? Almost all of us deal with anxiety concerns, or some shame that's been cropping up in some way and we keep kind of shoving it down and not giving it some time and space. So whatever it is that you're going to allow yourself to feel right now, let's just breathe into it and say, I feel whatever the feeling is: sad, mad, afraid, shame. And it's okay. It's a normal feeling. Can you breathe into that feeling and allow it to be there? Notice what happens with curiosity. Do you notice that a story comes up around that feeling? Well, he shouldn't have, or she shouldn't have, or they always, or I never. Let's keep the story out and return to just the bare feeling itself. Feelings are always right. So as you're feeling the feeling, do you notice where it is in your body? Is there a tightening somewhere? Is there a knot? Is there a heaviness? Is there butterfly? Are there butterflies? Heat, tingling, whatever it is, it's okay. Notice, just kind of scan from the tip of your head all the way down. And whatever feeling you chose, notice if it's affecting you physically, because feelings tend to do that. And when you find places where you may be feeling this feeling, heaviness, heat, knots, whatever it is, let's breathe some compassion in there. So if you're feeling worry in your belly, upset stomach, see if you can kind of imagine breathing in kindness into that belly, and then breathing out. We're not trying to change the feeling. We're not trying to make it go away. We're not trying to make it bigger by searching for other things that make us feel that feeling. We're just letting that bare feeling be there. So try again, if you're willing to breathe in to that feeling. And breathe out. So I would like you to consider reminding yourself as often as you need to that feelings are right, they are human, and that it is healthy to allow yourself to feel those feelings, but without making it bigger with a story or with other examples. You know, sometimes when people tell me about anxiety or anger, they start to add stuff on. Other times they were angry, other times they were scared. Oh, and this is also another reason that this is a justified feeling or a terrible feeling. So those are things that we want to avoid doing. And then just come back to that bare feeling. And just allow it to be there in our bodies, in our minds. Consider whatever you think is something to just allow to pass like a cloud. And then return to your breath and to the feeling. And if you notice judgment coming up, just label that judgment. Oh, there's judging, I'm judging. You know, that's normal. Let that go. And return to the breath and the self-compassion. So if you have questions about why you might want to feel your bad feelings, or about times that you've tried to work with this and what's happened for you, or additional information that you might want to have about dealing with thoughts that make feelings bigger, please leave those in the comments. I would love to, hear from you. And thank you so much for watching today. Be well.